Hello, Steve 89. Well, the Golden Globes happened. I was happy to hear that Chadwick Boseman won for Best Actor. I hadn't seen Rainey's Black Bottom yet. I was actually planning to watch it yesterday. I had no idea that the Golden Globes were on. I was also happy to hear that Andra Day won for Best Actress in a Motion Picture. She was in the United States versus Billie Holiday, which I just heard about and saw her being interviewed for The View, and she sung a song from it, and I thought, oh, I want to see that. I didn't know, like a lot of people probably didn't know, that the government was after her for years because of her song Strange Fruit and singing that. So I kind of want to hear about that. I'm going to watch that. And a lot of black people won this year, and that's going to have all the racist people getting very upset because, I mean, they couldn't possibly win because they've got the talent. I mean, it must just be because they're black, right? It's all political. The actor Daniel Kaluuya won for Judas and the Black Messiah. That was actor in a supporting role. John Boyega won for Best Supporting Actor in a TV Series. Small Axe, I have no idea what that is. Soul won for animated series and I think music. And the screenplay by Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago 7 won as well. I saw that a little while ago. That was really good. I did a review for that. I don't think I even put it up. I mean, a woman hasn't won a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a movie for 25 years. So I heard about that and I was like, wow, 25 years. Wow, how interesting. There just didn't happen to be any black actresses who had enough talent to win that award for 25 years. How remarkable that suddenly she shows up all of a sudden. It drives me nuts when people do that thing where they're like, oh, it must be just because they're black that they won the award. Not that they could have the talent. This assumption that only like a white person could have enough talent to like be the best actor or the best director drives me nuts, because it's always whenever someone criticizes like a black person getting an award and implies that they just got it because they're black, there's always that underlying assumption that black people aren't good enough to actually deserve the award or couldn't do the job as well as someone else. It drives me nuts. But enough of that rant. I want to talk about the film because I just watched it. I was going to watch it yesterday. I had my internet was running out for the month, and I sort of was like, I need to use up about 10 gigabytes. I'm like, I should just watch some movies. And I was looking through them, like, what is there to watch? And I saw Rainey, and I sort of was like, oh, I'm not in the mood right now, and I watched something else. And I was going to try and watch that and Palmer, which I watched, but I was a bit shook by Palmer, so I just sort of ran out of time. I thought I'll watch it tomorrow. So then I heard this morning that he won the award, so I thought, okay, I will watch it today, and I watched it, and it was really good. And I wanted to do a review, but I don't know how I'm going to do it justice because it was really good. Now, the only problem with the film, of course, is it's based on a play, and that's really obvious. It's all basically set in one setting. There's a lot of talking, a lot of exposition. Everything is told through stories. There's not a lot of actual action in the film, but it's still great. It's sort of like really good plays when they're done as films. They sort of work like, I'm just thinking of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Films like that, they're just brilliant, even though they're mostly just people talking or one setting, because, they're a play and they're sort of based on the staging of that. It all takes place around the recording of, I don't know if it was an album or just several songs in 1927 Chicago, and the digital mats for the Chicago skyline are just beautiful. They did a really good job, even though you only see like pretty much, the film starts off with some kids running through the woods, and of course you assume they're like running from white people with torches or something, but they're just running to get to Ma's show on time. So that was a nice little twist. And you see her performing. She's big, she's baldy, she's got, girly girls, and she's interesting. they just show her singing for a minute, and then they go straight to Chicago. And the first 20 minutes is mostly the band talking while they're waiting for Ma to show up, because she is taking her sweet time. The thing that I was most interested in with this film, I think, was the name. Now, when Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer during the pre-production, a lot of people focused on this film because, it's his last performance. And I did want to see it for that reason. But when I first heard that he was playing trumpet player in the band for Ma Rainey, I was sort of like, what the hell kind of role is that going to be? Why would he play that? I mean, he's just going to be sitting there playing the trumpet the whole time. Like I guess he just wanted to work with Viola Davis because she's so great. So maybe he just wanted to do a film with her. So he's like, fine, I'll just play the backup guy, playing the trumpet in the background. So I wasn't expecting much at all. I thought he'd just sort of be background. I had no idea. So the film, I'm going to try not to get stuck in just talking about what happens, but basically it's the first 20 minutes are just setting up her arriving late. She has a little fender bender. Her nephew's driving her car, and she is challenging the police because they, of course, are blaming her. The guy hit her apparently, but of course because she's black, and they're like, oh, we need to prove that you own the car because, you can't be a black person with a nice car. So all that crap's going down, and fortunately for her, her producer, manager, whatever, is just struggling to fix it, and he gets it fixed. He gets her into the recording studio, and the whole movie is an absolute struggle. She is just running these white producers around in circles because she can. She tells the story about this is basically her only power. They need her voice. They want her for the voice. That's all they want her for. Once they've got the recording down, they're just going to pull their proverbial pants up and move on, like treating her like she's a hooker, basically. They're just paying her for that. They don't actually care about her. They don't just... Exactly, I can't do the film justice. She goes through this speech about how she knows what she is to them and what they think of her, and this is based... And she's playing that power, that strength. That's her power. That's what she's got. She can make them run and jump and scrape and bow and beg so that she shows up and sings. And that's what half the film is about. The other half is about Chadwick Boseman's character, and he does give a great performance, but it's hard to look at him because he's so skinny, and you can just see the cancer. You can see it eating away at him. He's so skinny, but it doesn't affect... I'm talking physically. There's not an ounce of fat on the man. But the performance is powerhouse. And like I said, I didn't think he'd have anything to do in this film, but he is a fairly damaged black man who really he knows he's talented, he knows he's got the songs, he wants to perform them, and he believes he can do it. He's challenging Ma for the film because he wants the songs to be done his way, which are more modern, more for people to dance to, more popular. She wants them done her way, so there's this conflict the whole time. But ultimately the producers side with her, of course, because she's the star, but he wants to be a star. He knows he's a star. He's just not there yet. And eventually they get through the recording. There's some interesting hurdles. She wants her nephew to do the intro, and he stutters, but he's going to do it. There's a few other things. I don't want to go into all the spoilers and ruin it. There's one part in the film where Chadwick, he's given a bunch of songs to the producer. There's two producers. One who's running in circles, he's the manager as well, and the other one who, I don't know if these guys are racist. I don't know. She's making them jump through hoops, and I don't know if their reaction to her is purely because she's putting them to task, or if they do really resent her because she's black and they need her to make money because she sells. I'm not sure if she's right about this, guys, if she's just punishing them for white people in general. You really don't see... They kind of come off... One of them, he does come off as a bit of a jerk, but I'm not really sure. But either way, you understand why everyone in the film is like they are. They all have their stories. They all tell their stories. Chadwick's one is pretty tragic. He saw his mother being raped by a gang of white guys when he was about 9, I think. Or was he 7? And I think I'm getting it confused because of how many men there were. And he tried to slit one of the guys' throats. He found a knife, and this all came from when he's giving the songs to the producer. One of the other guys in the band was saying, "Oh, you are sucking up with the white man. You are just jumping and jumping through hoops for the white man." He's like, "I don't jump through hoops for the white man. Let me tell you, I know how to handle the white man, basically. And I'm not afraid of the white man. I basically tried to kill 9 of them when they were trying to rape my mother when I was like, So he's got this story, and it's pretty horrific. And there are other stories. Everyone has their stories, and they're all about, they're all horror stories, basically. And he got cut, and he shows them, he pulls his shirt open and shows how the guy he tried to slit his throat cut him, and he almost died. He just got taken to a doctor in time. So he's got his damage. And when, at the end of the film, when the recording is done and Ma she didn't sign the release because she knew they would try and mess her around with the money, or at least she was trying to get her nephew in last minute. I don't know if that was already understood. She just brings him in because she wants him to do the intro, and she wants him to be paid, and they're not initially going to pay it, but then they, of course, pay it when they find out she hasn't signed the release. So right up to the last second, she makes him jump. He scrapes and bows. He's like, "I did everything for you. Please just sign the release." She signs it. She gets in the car. She drives off. But what's happening in the background, and I'm not going to give it away because if you watch the film, I don't want to ruin it because it's an oh my God moment. I'm literally like watching, like for the last minute or so, I'm like aware of the fact that I'm like doing this in the film. Basically, Chadwick goes to the producer to say, like, what did you think of the songs that he gave him earlier? Because he wants to perform them. He's like, I'll buy them off you, but I don't think your version of them is what the people want to hear. It won't sell, but I'll buy them off. I'll take them off your hands for you. And he's devastated. He goes back into the room, and one of the older guys, band members, steps on his shoe. These brand new shoes he bought at the start of the film, spent a fortune on. Now, he'd already stepped on his shoe once before and scuffed it, and he had to wipe it down. But this time, because he's just had this rejection, it doesn't go well. And he basically has a go at this guy not because of what he did. He's already stepped on his shoe once, It's not a big deal, but in the current sort of climate or the state he's in, it's a big deal. And Chadwick's performance is pretty amazing. There's a part where they are arguing about God, because one of the guys is telling a story about a preacher who a bunch of white men made dance, and he was saying, and Chadwick is challenging this guy, this is a preacher, where was God then? God hates the N-word people. And he's like challenging, and then this guy is like, how dare you, question God, punches him. Then they have a fight, and he brings out his knife, and he's like, where's God now? Is God going to protect you? Come on, I'm challenging God, protect you now, because I'm going to F you up. It's pretty brutal. And it's amazing though, and you are thinking this man is dying of cancer. He does not have long, and he's challenging God. It's pretty powerful on different levels. It's a great performance. I'm glad he won the award. He deserved it. And anyone saying he just got it because he's black and it's political, we can go. I just wanted to do a review. I just wanted to talk about it. I didn't mean to take 14 minutes. I'm sorry. I try so hard to keep to the point, be concise, but I always waffle on about the films because I'm always in love with them or interested in them or infuriated by them. But I'm going to stop before I get to 15 minutes. It was great. I loved it. Yes, it had the slow talkiness of a play made into a film, but they always have so much in those speeches and those lines, and the characters tell so much just in the dialogue without having to have the action in the scenes and all the all the production. It was great. He deserved it. I'm glad the other people got their awards. John Boyega was really over the top. Poor guy was home alone when he got the award. So he's just talking to like people online and everything. So, but it's a great film. I can't do it justice. See it. I didn't ruin it. I didn't spoil it. There's going to be a few surprises at the end. Watch it. It's worth it. I loved it. I'm definitely going to buy it. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of the film. Thanks. Bye.